supposed to go like this. The plan? Well, my original plan? Finish my book first, and then learn how to design a toy. But timing is everything. So when the opportunity arose, I didn't even think. Which is how I ended up.
Now, just to be clear, I've never made a toy before. Prior to this project, I had next to no experience with molding, casting, or pattern making. But these are all skills I've wanted to learn for years now, and whenever I had ideas, I'd sketch them down, ready for the day, which would arrive unexpectedly after enrolling in a mid-semester design project. Design and present a new creative work. Well, of course I'd make a toy, but what kind of a toy? Something made from expanding foam, maybe? Or something rubbery? No, something hairier, something bigger, something monstrous. The challenge? I only have 8 weeks to design, fabricate, and present my idea. So, I need a plan. Alright, week 1, research. Week 2, concept designs. 3, materials and construction. 4, 5, and 6, sculpting, mold making and casting. Week 7, put it all together. And week 8, make this video. But who should this toy appeal to? Well, probably people like me, pop culture enthusiasts and collectors. Or as we're called in the marketing research, the kidults. Adults who buy toys that used to be marketed towards children. In fact, right now, the kidult demographic is the fastest growing consumer in the global toy industry, a generation driven to reclaim their childhood nostalgia. After all, who could blame us? We grew up in the golden years with some of the best toys ever made. To us kidults, toys aren't just playthings, they're legitimate art objects. So, keeping that all in mind, I wanted my monster to be an homage to those iconic retro designs, like the 1974 Monchichi doll by Sekiguchi, or 1986 My Pet Monster by Amtoy, 87 Boglins by Mattel, or 88 Giggly Eyed Monster by Tamford Limited. Even modern designs like the 2019 Fugglers by Zuru. The end product should be a shelf-worthy collectible that fuses nostalgic retro design with a fresh new aesthetic. Anyway, that's enough talk, it's time to get making. First, I'll need to draw some concept art. Just a few rough character designs to build up to my final idea. I like where I'm going with this guy, let's design some more of him. Should his body look and function? Some hands and feet, and his eyes definitely should jiggle like the giggly-eyed monster. Well, that's the conceptual stuff done. Now it's time to do the build. They say the eyes are the windows of the soul, so I'll need to design a pair that really stand out. Large, glossy eyes that can shake. I found these 1.5-inch acrylic domes used for Christmas decorations. They should make great eyes. For the inside components, I had the graphics printed onto photo paper, and I'll glue them onto the back of these glass domes. Then, I'll place them onto small springs and cover them with the larger acrylic domes. For the faux fur body, I found this shaggy pink material at Spotlight that's actually very similar to My Pet Monster and his giggly-eyed cousin. I'll sculpt the body form out of this reused memory foam block, and now that I have a form, I can create a rough template that I'll refine down into a pattern. Cut out the faux fur segments, piece them together with a glue gun, and here's how they look front and back. While the glue dries, I've been sculpting the face, hands and feet from air dry clay. Here's a look at my first face sculpt. I sprayed it down with a release agent and made a silicone master mold from the original clay model. I then pulled my first silicone cast of the toy's face. I tried to mix different mica colours with silicone and carefully layer them into the mold to create the different colours. This is because paint doesn't stick to silicone. On my second attempt though, I encountered some problems. The silicone cast had bonded to the mold, even with release agent, and had ruined the mold entirely. So I repurposed it as chopped up filler for when I cast the hands and feet. Speaking of the hands and feet, they were made by moulding tinfoil into a base shape and then sculpting air-dry clay onto the outside. The hands and feet were moulded and cast in the same way as the face, and the forms were made from foam core board, glued together, and then the sculpture was inserted ready for the silicone. I chose a bluish-green skin to contrast against the pink fur and really make the eye stand out. I ended up creating a second face sculpt to replace the damaged mould, and to be honest, I liked the second sculpt much better. I did attempt to recast these parts again in expanding foam, but the first few tries were not successful, and I was running out of time. The silicone I used is realistically too heavy of a material for this job, and would keep on causing problems, as silicone only really sticks to silicone. But as a prototype, it's hard wearing and feels and looks good, especially the soft shimmer the mica powder gives off. Once all the components had been pieced together, I felt the design was still missing something. The character needed an accessory, like my pet monster has its handcuffs, a play feature that also provides a pop of contrasting colour to break up that dominant pink fur. Plus, with a harness, now the toy can just hang out anywhere. Now I know the early concept art had ears, but I decided against this because I was worried that they might be too heavy and pull the face off the body. In the end, I quickly sculpted a single horn, moulded and cast it twice with silicone rubber and white mica powder. Once inserted into the fur, they just help break up the dominant pink and add to the character's overall appeal. A biohazard ID card was something I wanted to incorporate as part of the harness and as part of the packaging design. It also supported the character's narrative, with the inserts folding out to reveal my final artwork and the origin story of Terrey from Dish 404.
The story goes that Terrey was a laboratory experiment, a creature genetically engineered from the grossest monsters known to science. So ugly, in fact, that the first scientist to look directly at it went blind. In a frantic rush to contain and destroy the abomination, a careless mistake resulted in its escape.
The creature is 16 inches tall, with pink fur and blue skin. If you locate it, do not approach. And do not, I repeat, do not look directly into its eyes.
Hey, we out playing with me, no you playing yourself. If I got a game, I'm gon' bet on myself. Got it on my own, never needed your help. When you see me at the top, know I did it myself. You know we outside till the lights come on. About to make it to the top, it won't take this long. You know I'm blacking out, but I'm in my zone. They take beat money when they call my phone. Don't need your money, just give me respect. Told you before this, you know I'm a threat. I ain't letting up, I got my foot on their neck. Yeah, in other words, you know that we bout to kill it. I ain't for the talking, I said it, you know I did it. I'm putting on the show, the world is about to feel it. I know they're getting scared when I tell them that we outside.
And there you have it, Terrey from Dish 404, aka the Missing Stink. It puts the Jiggly back in Pet Monsters. By no means perfect, but not bad for a first prototype and my first ever toy design. If you've enjoyed this content and want to support me, you can by liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends and collector communities. I'm LS Terrey, this is Gross by Design, and thank you for sticking around.
Ooh, that's stars.